Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Newberg, how are you? I just wanted to show you what was going on up here. Someone had installed these skylights after the roof was already here. And what they did is they actually installed the skylight over the existing roof. So if you look at the roof here, you'll see that patch of shingle. Somebody put the skylight in, took apart the roof, and just laid another layer of shingles around the skylight and tried to tar those edges right there. You see, they tried to seal these edges like that. So you can't just lay a shingle on top of a shingle. If it was that easy, then everybody'd be a roofer, right? So it doesn't work like that. That's never going to keep the rain out. The only place that it's going to keep the rain out, if you did it right, is kind of right here. Everything else is going to leak, especially the way he negated the flashing. The flashing around the skylight here, okay, has a gutter around it. There's a gutter around the skylight right here, okay? It's called a curbed skylight. So there's a little gutter that's here, and it's only about 1/4 of an inch high. So it's only made to accept a little bit of water that comes down the side of the skylight and drops into the channel, and then it's supposed to come over the flashing down at the bottom, which is impossible here because he installed the skylight wrong. Okay, he went over the flashing with the shingles to the base, which makes it impossible for the water to get out and keep going. So he put the shingles tight to the front and then cut them around the sides, the back, and on the other side. And then he just tried to seal it. He just tried to put sealant in there, you see? So there's old tar and sealant and everything like that. So it's impossible for me to help you because of the way he installed it. So what has to happen is everything has to come off of here, okay, and be redone. Now, since the skylight itself, the crack is on the inside of this glass, let all the argon out of it. So if we're going to take this whole thing apart, you might as well replace the unit, you know, which is definitely going to require you to do the sheetrock on the inside, which has to get done anyway from the leak. It's so bad. But that's exactly what's going on. If you take a look at the skylight next to it, you'll see this one was done better and correctly. That's probably why it doesn't leak. Looks like it might be the bathroom. But you see how the flashing is down in front of the skylight like that? So it goes under and over. And then here's the shingles on the side, you see? No tar. That's just dirt. So this is easy to clean, you see? The dirt goes down inside this channel, comes over it, and out on the bottom beneath these shingles on both sides. That's the way it's supposed to happen. Same thing with this one here, see? See, the flashing is on the bottom. The shingles go underneath the flashing. They should never tar or seal anything on a skylight because it's absolutely negating the idea of the flashing that's around them. So what has to happen is this skylight has to come out, get replaced, and the roof system needs to be integrated properly here. Okay, you can't just lay shingles on top of shingle. These shingles actually have to come out, has to be taken apart correctly, and the shingles have to be weaved into the system that exists properly around the new skylight. Okay, on the service call, what I did was I had her open up the skylight and I cleaned and swept all the debris away from it. That's trapping the water and not letting it flow. So it's when you stop a water, it's going to go left and right and it's going to find any which way it can get in. But I don't even think that's going to help you, because when I looked underneath the shingles, there's abundance of nails everywhere underneath here that are getting wet and they're rusted already, and it's because it's leaking from way up here and coming down. It's just ending up here, you know. So your leak isn't even here. Your leaks are over here, making the water go underneath and then leak in that spot. So this thing has to come out and this roof has to come off. Now, the second thing was your service pole was leaking. So this service pole needs to be updated. That's an old service pole. It's wooden, and when you have a wooden service pole that's been in the weather for this long, it's going to get very porous. And so where they tried to flash it around the base here, you know, the water is going to keep getting in there because any kind of sealant you put there is never going to last because it's porous. So I resealed it for you. I just put urethane